My name is Michelle Barnett. I grew up in Humble, Texas. After I graduated high school, I left for the Army in August of '99. Served 5 years active duty. Got off active duty in August of 2004. While on active duty, I deployed to Kosovo twice and then deployed to Iraq for the invasion from March of '03 to March of '04. After active duty, I was out for about a year, moved to Huntsville, Texas to start college at Sam Houston State, and then I went back into the reserves. I was in the reserves for a couple of years, so I did almost 8 years total in the Army. Since graduating from college, I've been working for the Harris County Adult Probation Department as a probation officer for the past about 10 and a half years.
Mm-hmm.
For the past about 5 years, I've worked for the Harris County Veterans Treatment Court program. I started out working for the felony program as a case manager. Then I moved to the misdemeanor Veterans Treatment Court program in 2015, where I worked as a case manager and program coordinator. And now I'm actually the program coordinator for both the felony and the misdemeanor Veterans Treatment Courts.
So, it sounds like you've had a pretty diverse journey. What were the, biggest roadblocks that you've had, like, in that journey?
A lot of vets talk about the issues with transition that they had from military to back to civilian life. I haven't really experienced any issues with transition. I've always had a very great support system, so I haven't really experienced any roadblocks that I can think of. Really, the biggest roadblocks for me have been my physical health and mental health, but I've been going to the VA for treatment for both since I got off active duty in 2004.
If you saw a person that was going through a transition and they were having a not an ideal time, how would you approach them, and how would you try to steer them in the right direction and help them out?
Well, ever since I knew about LSVA, ever since I started working in probation, and then when I was told that Combined Arms was forming and basically bringing all the resources for veterans together into one location and centralizing it, I've been a huge advocate for Combined Arms since its inception, and it's the number one resource that I give to any veteran out there that needs any sort of help. It doesn't matter what it is, I automatically refer them here to Combined Arms so that they can get connected to whatever resources and get whatever help that they might need.
Could you cite a pretty recent success story of somebody that you've been personally involved with?
I would say that every single person that's been through the Veterans, not my program, but the Veterans Court program, most specifically the misdemeanor program, just about all of them have been successful. They've all been connected to here at Combined Arms and gotten connected to the veteran community, and they've stayed connected, and that's helped with the recidivism rate. So we have a very, very low recidivism rate, and they're connected to veterans and to the community, and it's helped them, get back on track and go on to lead productive lives.
What would you how would you? I'm trying to think of how would you approach a person that you knew was in a situation where they needed to connect with other veterans, needed to connect to services? I'm sure a lot of people have different ways of extending their helping hand. Mm-hmm. How did you do yours?
Basically, anytime I'm out in the community and I'm talking to people and I learn that they're a veteran, I automatically ask the first thing I ask them is hey, do you know about Combined Arms? Do you know about this resource center? Are you connected to the veteran community? And if they're not, I'll give them the information. Mm-hmm. I'll give them my personal information and just tell them, look, I'm here to help veterans. That's what I do. That's my call to service after the military, and that's what I do. I just try to get as many veterans connected as possible.
Let's get a little bit of on a segue. What's has personally enriched you in your transition experience to help you, just lead a richer life that you do now? What have you done? What have you paid attention to? What have you experienced? What have you experienced, and what do you hope to experience?
For me, the thing that I missed and still miss most about the military was camaraderie. So for me, it was trying to find that sense of camaraderie again after I left service, and so finding the right people and getting connected to the veteran community is what got me that sense of camaraderie back. And so, and I've found that in my work that being connected is the best way to just be productive and go about your life in a positive way. It helps with anything from physical injuries to mental, to everything, just being connected. So the camaraderie and being connected and staying connected, and just everybody that I've met in the veteran community, and even those that are allies, civilians that are allies and help, want to help veterans and lead that life of service, is what enriches my life. And just knowing that I can do everything in my power to help others get to that point is what drives me.
If you were to like have if you had a situation where you wanted to put together, take advantage of a program, or like help proliferate a program that you feel would be the most beneficial to veterans, like, I'm just saying, in like a perfect world, like any veteran that transitions would do so seamlessly, right? There'd be no problems, and there'd be no issues that they would have. But as you know, like, that's always never the case. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to get something. What I'm trying to get at is, if in a perfect world, right? Like, what would you love to see the most from other people and people like yourself? Like, what qualities in those people would you love to see the most, other than just like desire to serve? Would be something you'd like to see in the world, in this world?
Like personality traits?
Yeah, personality traits, or also just like actions. Not even personality traits, both.
Some of the biggest personality traits or character traits or that I would like to see, and I do, are just a sense of belonging, wanting to belong and wanting others to belong. Again, that camaraderie, mm-hmm. loyalty, integrity, honesty. Those are some of the biggest for me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And with the honesty and integrity, what how have you seen that displayed around you, like through your interactions with people at Combined Arms or elsewhere?
Well, just about every single organization here that I'm personally connected to, that's what they show. Mm-hmm. They show it in not only what they say, but they follow up with actions that prove that they're not just talk. Mm-hmm. They're more than just talk. I personally, Impact a Hero helped me personally not that long ago, back in January, when I got into a car accident and couldn't even afford to pay to get my car out of the shop. The deductible is what I was trying to say. And they stepped in without me even asking, just stepped in and gave me the money to help me pay for my deductible. So they're not only, they say that they're here to help, they actually do so. Travis Manion Foundation is another great organization that I've now become a mentor for, because they're not all about just talk, they're all about action, going out into the community and helping different organizations and passing on the character traits to young men and women in the community too.
So it's all about action.
It's all about action.
It's all about not just talking the talk or walking the walk.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Is there anything else you'd like to share? Like, just like any like big takeaways that if a person were to see this, if there was the only thing they were to hear from you, like, what would it be?
Walk the walk. Don't talk. Just do what you say you're gonna do.
Awesome. Thank you, Michelle.
Yep, no problem.